everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tori Brame and this is Holy City Mystic. Thank you so much for being here. So today we are going to talk about Uranus transiting the apex of your yod in your birth chart. So as you can imagine, Uranus brings big changes. It brings sudden upheavals. However, it takes forever for it to move through a sign. So it might be in the sign of your apex for 7 years. It's going to bring new perspectives, new changes. There could be a lot of outside circumstances bringing changes to your yod. And what you thought the yod meant in your birth chart, what you thought it represented, that might change in a big way during this time. Since Uranus takes so long to go all the way around the zodiac, this is something that you might experience once during childhood. It might happen later in life, like 60s, 70s. You're probably not going to have a Uranus apex coming back to the apex unless you're like 85. But during this time, there's going to be a lot of thinking outside the box, new opportunities, kind of jumps in knowledge, jumps in how you perceive this yod to play out. When it transits the apex, it's really going to shoot a lot of energy into the bases. And it's going to be this time of unexpectedness, this time of change. But since yods are so psychological and they're so linked to life purpose, this is going to be a really big time of upheaval. It's going to have a lot of change associated with it. It could be the type of thing where things get really confusing. You might go through a lot of changes that you hadn't planned on, but it will leave it better than it found it. This is something that I really believe in all of astrology. When you go through a hard time, you end up better than when you started. It might be you learned a bigger lesson. It might be you went through something and now you can help people that are going through that same thing, but this will leave you better than when it found you. Pay close attention to the retrogrades and the shadow periods of the yod. If you've seen my other videos, I talk about that, but it's important. If Uranus crosses it, and Uranus, it takes forever in a sign, so it might cross the same point 2 or 3 times, 4 or 5 times. But just paying attention to when Uranus retrogrades back over something, what that feels like, how that plays out in your life. Uranus, it does have a lot of external things. So, other things like the moon or even Mercury, they might have more psychological, more internal events. However, a lot of the outer planets and especially Uranus is linked to external events. So this is a really good time to journal through what's going on, a really good time to have a therapist at the ready. This is a good time to pay close attention to exactly what that looks like, exactly how that's playing out, because this will have a lot of changes and it will be something that you can look back on and be like, wow, I went through that. And this is what my life looked like beforehand and this is what my life looked like after. So definitely a turning point, definitely a longer transit. If you guys have any questions about this or any story examples, they would be really important to share. So please share those in the comments if you feel comfortable. And thank you guys so much for being here.